A couple minutes. It's been a month or more since I've posted a video. So I drive a lot. And I love it. I love getting out. I love driving. In fact, most of my college career was spent with me skipping class and driving the 240 loop. If you're from Memphis, you know, just does a circle around the city. And that's what I do. I loved it. And I still graduated in 3.5 years. Great. But when you drive, you notice things. You notice landscapes. You notice landmarks. Little houses by the road that just grab your attention. And there was this one house that I would pass by, I don't know, at least once to 5 times a month for the past maybe 5 to 10 years. It was an old ranch house and I loved it. It was cool, it was hip, it had this 50s vintage vibe, it was beautiful. And then one day I passed by and it was gone. Thanks to construction crews, they bought the land and tore the house down. After all, Progress was having a 4-lane, and that old 50s ranch house just couldn't stand a chance. And it really got me thinking, I take things for granted that they're going to be there forever. Oh, I'll get a picture next time, or things change. I don't think change is like a bad thing or a good thing, it's just a thing. But it's how we react to it that really makes it something worthwhile or just another thing. I'm saying thing a lot. And life can change even when we don't even notice it. Time changes us and the people we love. And we love them even more because time changed them. But it doesn't make us less scared of what's going to happen in the future. It doesn't take away the fear of knowing that things are going to end, but things are also going to begin. It's also terrifying to think that things won't change. Things won't get better. And things stay the same. I think that's really ironic that we want things to stay the same, but we don't want things to stay the same. If things don't change, then I'm already thinking, well, developmentally, what's wrong with me? Maybe I should get out there and do something. But I found out this past 3 months that things change whether you want them to or not. Even if you don't do anything, time continues to move on. 3 months ago, I applied for a job. But I wanted this so badly. Everything went great. It was a fun time. And then I went home to wait, to hear back if I would get the job or not. Now, in the theater and entertainment world, if you don't hear back, then you gotta move on. It's an occupational hazard. But with this job, they said we would let you know. Nice enough to tell me that I didn't get in. But I waited. I waited the month of January, February, and March. During that time, I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything. My Real Talk Tuesdays stopped, my music making stopped, and even my ideas and creative process just kind of halted because I was in a waiting pattern. I often questioned, what could I be doing? But then once I kind of found that answer, I didn't want to do it anyway. I lost contact with friends that I would normally hang out with because I just was waiting in hold, in purgatory, so to speak. And then 73 days later, it came in the mail. My beautiful, gorgeous rejection letter. And I cried a lot. In fact, looking at this letter still it hurts because it's rejection. And what made me even more mad was the fact that I waited, that I didn't do anything or get anything accomplished while I was waiting for this thing. But then I sat down, and fortunately I had a wonderful mom, and we talked about what had happened in this time. I wrote 3 songs, I lost weight, and I'm currently starting a jogging program, which is super exciting. I slept for 12 to 14 hours a day. It was beautiful. I felt like I hadn't gotten this sleep since I was in middle school. It was lovely. I spent time and strengthened my relationship with my family. I had plenty of time for introspection. I learned how to cook. Like, not saying that I would gourmet or anything, but if you need a low-carb meal, I'm your girl. I got this. I learned how to record my own music and master it. It's not perfect. I'm not a sound engineer. It was a fun time. I read a lot of plays. I did 2 auditions. Neither one turned out, but it was a fun time. I had the opportunity to foster 5, well, first it was 7 baby puppies that were gorgeous and beautiful and have my heart. I'll put a picture right here. They've gone on to their own lives. Godspeed, little ones. You're gonna do great. But more important than that, being still, it helped me grow. At the end of this 73-day hiatus, this isolation exercise in the bunker, so to speak, when I came back out, the people that were still in my inner tribe were still there. And the passions that I had and the projects that I had, they were still there. Oftentimes, I think that we get so wrapped up in trying to keep up with other people doing things. You check Facebook and you see all these people doing all these cool things. Maybe it's a new project, maybe it's an art thing, maybe it's a play for the creatives out there. Maybe it's a new job promotion. Maybe someone got married or had a kid or moved on developmentally and you wonder, why am I still here? But then you realize you're still evolving. And the passions you had that you thought were going to go away and you were scared and you held on to them really, really tight, they're still there. And pretty much you can pick up from where you left off as far as your to-do list. Maybe a few more things now that you put things off, but it's still there. But what was more important that I found out after this 73-day hiatus is that the people that actually mattered in my journey were still there. And the people who were going in different directions, well, they went. And there was nothing I could do to stop them. I guess what I would like to share with you are just a few things that I learned from this experience. 1, you and only you are responsible for you. So love yourself and don't be worried about the progress, because as long as you're living, breathing, eating, your cells themselves, that's a tongue twister. Your own cells themselves are multiplying and evolving and recreating themselves. Why wouldn't you be a new person every day? 2, the people, places, and things that are important in your life and important in your journey right now are still gonna be there. So don't worry if you happen to wander off from your tribe. If you go out all Lone Ranger and then come back, the people that matter to you, they're still there. In fact, it was the weirdest thing. The day I got this letter was the day that my friends decided to message me and say, hey, come visit us in New York. So the tribe was there. And as soon as I got this rejection, the universe, God, what have you, brought them back in my life and put me right where I should be. 3, even if people move out of your inner circle, it's okay to still love them. You don't have to burn bridges or do anything like that. Just let them be in your outer circle. That they're not going to be priority in your life right now, but that doesn't stop you from loving them and having a good time occasionally. I think a lot of times I try to foster relationships and I hold on really tightly because I don't want to lose them. But you're not losing them. You're just going different places and the connection is still there. You're just not right here in the immediate circle. It's okay. You guys will live. You'll still be friends. We're cool. Overall, this has been a really healthy experience. So I recommend going off the grid. Try it. See what happens when you just be still. I learned from these 73 days was that I'm a different person. There are certain things that will stay in your life. But then there's some things that won't stay. You know what? It's great that way. I guarantee you it's worth the experience. Until next time. See you around. Real quick, I just wanted to say I am now on Instagram, so you should totally friend me on there. That'd be great. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's connect up. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a good time. I think that's it. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.